What's up, ghouls and horror hounds? My name's Haley Adams. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning customer, thank you so much for your business. If you're new here, hi, I'm Haley. It's nice to meet you. I hope you like horror. So that's what we're talking about today. Horror. Horror. Sometimes that needs to be perfectly enunciated. Some of y'all nasty. Just like him. Today I want you to go ahead and get snuggly. Grab your boo thing. Because this is a special Valentine's episode. Woohoo! Fanfare, applause. My boo thing is actually chilling over here. You guys want to say hi? You want to say hi? Say hi, Gomez. If that's not quality content, I don't know what is. But as I just mentioned, literally 5 seconds ago, Valentine's episode, I'm going to be giving you guys a list of romantic horror movies for you to watch this coming Valentine's Day. Because rom-coms, let's be honest, they're just not cutting it. Because they're not cutting. That's yeah, that's it. So basically, I made a list on Letterboxd. If you want to follow me on there, same name. I'm pretty much, it's underscore Haley Adams, anywhere you can find me. All the places that matter, at least. So if you want to follow me on there, go for it. I list the horror movies I've seen, and sometimes I categorize them, like today, romantic horror. Before I get into the official list, I'm going to throw out two honorable mentions because these movies as a whole don't have a romantic vibe to them, but the couple at the center of the movie, it's a good ass couple. What can I say? So, first would obviously be The Addams Family. I know it's not technically a horror movie. To me, it's horror adjacent, so it falls under that umbrella. It works, it makes sense. I mean, if you don't think Gomez and Morticia are couples goals, I need you to reevaluate. Take a moment. Learn why you think that. Unlearn it real quick because it doesn't get better. It does not get better than them. Second honorable mention would be for The Conjuring. You guys are gonna be like, what the heck? Are Ed and Lorraine Warren not the sweetest couple in those movies? I could make an entire separate video on real life Ed and Lorraine and how shitty they were. God. So we're strictly talking movie Ed and Lorraine. Wonderful. Wonderful couple, wonderful people. How they strayed so very far from the source material, I will never understand. And learning that was a big blow to me because I'm a paranormal junkie. I love that almost as much as I love horror movies. So I was sad to find out that they're both kind of creepy. Ed had a 16-year-old mistress who moved in with them. And Lorraine was just like, well, I'm Catholic, I can't divorce him. Girl, I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but girl, we all deserve better than that. But anyway, those are my two honorable mention romantic horror movies for you to watch. But now I'm going to get into the official list. Are we excited? Are we excited? Are you excited? So I asked people on Instagram just to kind of get an idea of what everybody else was thinking, what they considered to be their most romantic horror movie, and there were three that consistently kept popping up. The first one being Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. I mean, you have to agree with that. I know, spoilers for the movie here coming up. I know Mina and Dracula don't end up together, and in that movie it's kind of a bummer. I have different feelings about that in different iterations of Dracula. And some I really want them together. I want her to kick Jonathan to the curb. In other iterations, I'm like, why would you leave this sweet little man that is Jonathan? Because sometimes he's very sweet, and sometimes they play him as like a jerk, which they didn't do in Coppola's Dracula. But the thing, despite being Keanu Reeves, was Jonathan was dry, you know. Eh. Like, to speak ill of Keanu Reeves, I'm sorry. I know that's blasphemous. But there was just so much more spice with Dracula. So, I mean, that scene where they, like, go to the museum, and then it's, like, all, like, dream sequency. And I do not find Gary Oldman attractive. I know a lot of people do. I hate his personality in real life. He's a wife beater. This is just the video of, explaining why real people are trash, I guess. We need a coffee break. God, I almost spilled that on my phone. But that movie, I'm like, oh my god, why wouldn't you immediately just run to this man, go to him? But to be fair, it also takes very minor convincing to get me to be into vampires. It's like the most minuscule nudge is needed for me to be like, yep, that's my man now. That's my man. So you get it. The next most commonly mentioned movie was The Crow, which we can argue if that's technically horror or if it's action, whatever. The first time I saw that movie, I was floored. Floored. And I actually put off watching The Crow for a while because just based off the description, I was like, yeah, sounds cool. It doesn't really sound like something I would be 100% into. Boy, was I wrong. That movie is a flippin' masterpiece. To come back from the dead to avenge the death of your fiance. Does it get better? Does it, well, not dying in the first place, yeah, it gets better. Does it get better? Brandon Lee gave his life for that role. Rest in peace. I know it was like just his birthday. Awful sad situation, by the way. I know it was so many years ago. That doesn't make it any less sad. So it's like maybe that's another thing that just makes that movie so special. But that is a special, special movie. Such a special concept. And you just feel the emotion coming off the screen. It like slapped me in the face. It shoved me to the ground. It started kicking me repeatedly, and I liked it. I liked it. So yeah, I don't care if you don't technically classify it as horror. It is goth as hell for sure. What a movie. What do you guys think about the fact that they're remaking it? As much as I like Bill Skarsgård, that's who's playing Eric, right? I think so. As much as I like him, I just don't think it should have been touched. That's just me, though, The third movie that was most commonly mentioned amongst all the platforms of digging I did on the subject is the original Candyman. Now, like, at first thought, you're like, no. What do you mean? Like, where's the romance? What do you mean, where's the romance? Think about it for a second. Be my victim. Yes, yes, sir, I will. At the end of the day, it's a love story. It is, and she goes with him. She goes with him. Was it painful? Did she get filled with bees? Yes. But that's love. Love is a bee sting. Ah. That's all I have to say about that. Candyman, just excellent movie all around, and the fact that it's just wrapped up so beautifully in a little romantic bow, just yes, yeah. The remake, I don't find it as romantic. I thought the remake was good. I didn't love it as much as the original. Part of that stemmed from the fact that I have that phobia of little holes, and that guy kept getting just his skin eventually, and I could no longer look at the screen. So, I mean, now did you honestly think I was gonna sit here and not mention Bride of Chucky? Because Bride of Chucky, Chucky and Tiffany, horrible relationship. They should not be together. She can do better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She can do so much better. She could have any man she wanted. She wants this motherfucker. Can I say motherfucker on YouTube? She wants this motherfucker. Like, come on, girl. But goes through the effort to find his little body, sews him up, brings him back to life. For him to what? Treat her like shit? My God, it's like every relationship I've ever had. I relate to it. Not that that's goals. Like, if anything, the movie is a PSA about this is what a toxic relationship looks like. But it's fun, it's camp, it's not that deep. It is two dolls having sex in a cheap motel room. Like, it's not that deep of a movie. It's a great, fun Valentine's Day watch. Piggybacking off of that, Bride of Frankenstein. I mean, you put Bride of in the title, you're going to assume it's romantic. I was hesitant to list this one, considering she is not even in the movie until the last 5 minutes, and she hates the creature. She's screaming, wants to get away from him. But it was pointed out to me, and I was like, this is so profound. The entire movie, in concept, is romantic. The creature wanting this partner, wanting someone like him that he can share his life with, his weird life that he can't possibly just go live with a human. So he needs someone like him. And the doctor creates someone like him only for her to reject him. We belong dead. And then they die. brings a tear to your eye. What a guy. Makes you cry. And I did. Well, now we have to talk about Mr. Guillermo del Toro. Crimson Peak and The Shape of Water. I'm going to talk about The Shape of Water first because I liked that movie. I thought it was so long though. So I started zoning out a little bit. Lost me when he ate that cat. Did not like that. But that is a romantic movie. Mr. Del Toro really said, this is for the monster effers out there. I got you guys. He said, look at her, literally F this monster. But it was so much more than that. It was a connection. He understood her when like no one else did, and vice versa. And then they sank together. Really, really was beautiful, beautiful movie. And then this other one I'm going to talk about, Crimson Peak. At first glance, a lot of these movies, you kind of have to think about it to be like, yeah, that's actually romantic as hell. At first glance, you're like, no. Like, Thomas was so icky the whole time. He's literally boning his sister. Like, what's romantic about that? He wanted to stop boning his sister. Is what's romantic about that. He wanted to stop boning his sister. Good for him. He found this girl that made him think, you know, the incest is bad and it has to stop. Sweet home Alabama, took a place in England instead. But even the ghosts themselves, I find them to be quite romantic. Not in like the like wink wink romantic sense, but in the like yeah. Because you know, they have now dedicated their afterlife to warning these other women to get the heck out. He's boning his sister. He's gonna end you, babe. And you know, yeah, that's romantic of them. Great movie, great movie. Great costumes. God. And we all love Tom Hiddleston, don't we? Yeah. I'm gonna throw two witchy ones at you now. Practical Magic. I struggle to call that a horror movie because it technically is. Just nothing scary happens in it, but it counts. I mean, I guess that guy coming back from the dead does count. And that's not the romantic part. The romantic part is Sally being able to, Sandra Bullock is Sally, right? Yes. Is Sally being able to overcome this bad love curse that is like on her family, and being able to find this man and find happiness again. And it's so cute. It's just like it's a quaint little cute movie. It's good to throw on for like a Valentine's Day little gathering, something like that. And the other witchy movie, obviously, The Love Witch. Obviously. I mean, it's a Valentine's Day. episode I have going on here, the Love Witch is going to make it on there, even though not a romantic thing happens in that movie. She's just mistreated, 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 but all she wants is love, and Elaine does not give up on wanting that love, even when it leads to death. She doesn't give up. Good for her. Good for her, because I think most of us, if we were in her situation, we would just be, collecting our cats, sitting in sweatpants on the floor of your room on a Saturday, making YouTube videos, caressing a little stuffed Ash Williams. Anyway, great movie. Hate the director. Great movie. Before I get into my last pick, another honorable mention I want to throw in. Any iteration of The Mummy, Brendan Fraser or the original from the 1930s. The 1930s one that it is very romantic because the spirit is trying to get back to their lost love, and we love to see that, and costumes are great, and that's just a great movie overall. And then, the 90s, yeah, Brendan Fraser, looking fine, looking so fine. And just looking at that entire cast of the 90s movie, it's a romantic experience. Tom Cruise movie, no. I don't agree. But that's a good segue into the last movies I'm going to talk about, because I consider Interview with the Vampire and Queen of the Damned to be rather romantic. If you don't believe that Louis and Lestat are gay as hell, we were not watching the same movie. That is a couple, that is a gay couple that goes and adopts a child, and it's toxic, it's really bad. Lestat is awful, awful person. But you know what? It's cute. Don't even get me started on the whole Louis and Armand thing either, because it's like, I could cut that tension with a knife. That's sexual tension. My God, Antonio Banderas just looks so good. He just looks so good. How could you not have sexual tension with him? And if you're jiving with everything I've just said, the series on AMC makes them explicitly gay, first of all, so thank you for that, because we all knew it. They actually gave it to us. But in my opinion, the series blows the movie clean out of the water. Clean out. It's so good. So good. And then when we have Queen of the Damned, say what you want about the movie in general, it has a rather romantic theme throughout it. And I like that Lestat ends up with, I forgot her name, at the end. And she's a vampire. And they can just have their life together. I think it's cute. I like it. And I liked Peter Townsend's Lestat better than Tom Cruise. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I have not read the books. They are on my shelf. All of them. They are in my to-be-read list. So, maybe I'll come back and give you my thoughts on that when I do read them. But that, I think, about wraps it up for romantic horror movies. So please go ahead and let me know down below what you guys thought of this list. If you would add any, if you would forcibly remove any, the good, the bad, the ugly, please let me know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Like I said, I am Haley Adams. You can find me at its_Haley Adams on all the socials you want to find me on. And if you like what you saw, please go ahead, hit that subscribe, hit that like button down there. It would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to Chucky too, wouldn't it? God, you're a mess, girlfriend. I put lipstick on him once and it never came off. That's why he has such ruby red lips. But anyway, thank you for hanging out today. I hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day, whether you're single, in a relationship, just gonna smooch your cat all day. You don't need a significant other to enjoy a day about love. Love your mom, love your dad, love your friends, love your pets. Love your Chucky. Love your Michael Myers. Love your Ghostface. Love Annabelle. Do whatever you gotta do. Just put kindness and love into the world with a big old knife. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.